If you're angry when a black woman in power rips off her community, then you ain't black.
What's going on, everybody? We're going to talk about our favorite super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, today. That bastion of incorruptible political power, always working for the people, grinding nonstop to do what's right for the people, and always collecting the haters for no other reason than she's doing what's right. Now, for some reason, she seems to be being investigated by the FBI. Some people might say, finally, the haters. But you know what? She's a great person. I don't know why anybody would be looking into her. She's obviously a woman. She's obviously black. That is what matters. And if you get mad because she's ripping off black people, that means that you're a racist and you actually hate black people.
Y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power.
So let's get into this story and see what the FBI is doing to this poor black woman in power who's just trying to do things for her community. Clearly, it's a racist attack led by Joe Biden and his white shoe boy club out in Washington, D.C. My guess is she didn't give Joe Biden and the white shoe boys enough money when she came out to visit. Clearly, Quid Pro Joe was looking for a little bit more dough.
Center at the White House at a meeting for mayors this month.
So let's take a look at this FBI story and the investigation. And yes, the hat's back. Don't question it. Just consume more product, okay? So let's go.
The FBI has launched an investigation into controversial Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Dane Placco has been following allegations of her misspending and joins us now with an update. Dane.
Yeah, we've been reporting for nearly 2 years on allegations of corruption surrounding Henyard in her capacity as Dalton Mayor and Thornton Township supervisor. And now we've learned from multiple sources that federal agents are in fact interviewing witnesses as part of a possible investigation that may or may not result in charges.
Can you imagine doing something 2 years ago like this, stealing millions of dollars, allegedly, from your own constituents, and the police doing nothing about it?
Did the FBI agents you talked to seem serious about?
Yes, very serious.
Very serious.
Very serious.
Very serious.
Lawrence Gardner owns a U-Haul rental and trucking business in South Suburban Dalton and says he went to the FBI several months ago, frustrated that the village of Dalton would not renew his business license. Gardner says he's been harassed and his business raided and shut down by Dalton police. He believes because he refused to make a donation to a civic event sponsored by Dalton Mayor.
Did you see that, guys? Did you see him rubbing on her arm? Like, how? What? Who is this creep, dude? And she just lets him do it too. Like, look at the look in this guy's eye. Let me make this large format here so we can really zoom in on the perv motion that's going on over here. Look at this. If this guy was rubbing on your arm like that, it'd probably come down to fists.
He refused to make a donation to a civic event sponsored by Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
He's like 1,000.
A couple of agents, and I explained them what was going on. I gave them all my paperwork to show them what was happening in court and what was happening in Dalton. And they told me they was investigating and they would be in touch with me.
Gardner is one of 6 people who confirmed to Fox 32 that they've been interviewed by the FBI. Agents.
Can we talk about the shirt that this officer or this bodyguard here is wearing? It's a Biggie shirt. I don't know if you guys know much about Biggie. You probably do. He was a terrible person. Probably one of the worst people to happen to the black community ever, because he's like an influencer or whatever while he's rapping about pimping women, murdering other black people, and selling drugs. Or sorry, forever sleeping. We gotta keep it PC around here, okay?
They're asking questions.
Look at that. Biggie, bro. Just look up some of his lyrics. He talks about like strangling people with rosaries and the stuff about, if you know, okay? But this is the type of person that she surrounds herself with. And she's supposed to be basically your leader. And the people she surrounds herself with think that murderers and drug dealers are cool people. Because, they made a song with a cool beat. Like, yeah, That's what's important.
About Henyard's alleged use of taxpayer dollars and resources, including massive spending on out-of-town trips, hundreds of thousands of
What do you
dollars in
expect?
police overtime for her personal
That's
security
what Biggie would
detail,
do.
using public employees and tax dollars for personal benefit, and holding up licenses to certain businesses like this Dalton restaurant.
I've heard rumors that say, hey, I'm on the wrong team.
Dwayne Wood has been trying to renew the business license for his restaurant for nearly a year. While he has not talked to the FBI, he believes he can't get approved because he's provided catering to several Dalton trustees who are engaged in a political fight with Henyard.
This is the America that we live in now, okay? It's getting scarier every day. If you make a sandwich for the wrong person, your life is over, bro. Say goodbye to your home, your kids going to a decent school, not having to eat off of the SNAP program because you made a sandwich for the wrong guy and you're on the wrong side of the government. This is what people fled places like South America, all over, to come to America because of the corruption, okay? You can't get ahead over there because if you're not paying the right people, you can't get anywhere. And that's what's coming here, and nobody will say anything and stand up because they're scared of being called racist. But it's like, look at this example. She's taking advantage of black people as a black person and using being a black person as a shield to destroy the lives of other black people. And who's going to say anything? The FBI.
I think I've been just targeted because of my affiliation with a certain group of people. You know, I had the trustees. I've cooked for the trustees.
And in a lawsuit filed by a Dalton towing company, the owner alleges their business license has been held up because, quote, George's Towing's refusal to support or contribute to Henyard's political campaign.
And if you thought that was nuts, it gets even crazier. So when all this corruption really started to pop off, there was a retired sheriff's deputy. I'm not really sure what she did at the department, but basically she started a recall campaign to have this, the great super mayor, the champion of the people, to get recalled as the mayor. And she won the election, went that way. They got her out, but some people are saying that the judge was corrupt or whatever, allegedly, threw it out, saying that you can't vote somebody out and pass the law to vote somebody out in the same session or whatever. So what did the super mayor do? The champion of the people? She went to this woman's house and filmed a video in front of her house, shoveling her snow, total disrespect in her eyes, giggling the whole time, just loving the controversy, loving the drama. And what happened to that poor old woman later? This poor old black woman that had spent decades of her life serving her community, keeping her community safe from criminals. Criminals came and shot up her house, which what sounds like to me some AR-15s or some AKs, probably some Dracos, pop, 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 pop. These people hop in a Kia, they're part of the Kia boys or whatever. They peel out, and there doesn't seem to be a police report about it. This poor woman asked the police to show her the report. She wanted to see what they said, and they wouldn't release it to her.
Are you going to find these guys? Or, you got any promising leads or...
Leads? Yeah, sure. I'll just check with the boys down at the crime lab.
They've made no progress on this court case. They've made no progress on this crime. If you stand up against corruption in your city, people will take shots at you. Let's check out this clip from Nate the Lawyer.
Short list of the badness. But now I think things have gotten to a new level because people are saying that they're being shot at for disagreeing with this mayor. This comes from the New York Post. A vocal critic of embattled Mayor Tiffany Henyard believes her home was sprayed with bullets at the behest of the official during a bitter feud between them last summer. 2 cars belonging to tenants of former Village of Dalton trustee Valerie Stubbs, a retired member of the Cook County Sheriff's Office, were riddled with at least 9 shots in July.
I'm sure it was an accident.
Here's the video of that shooting.
Unrelated, guys. So you're going to see the guys down here in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Those sound like rifle shots to me. Got some experience. You'll see him running, hopping into this white Kia. And and then peeling off. No leads, no arrests, nothing at all.
So the rage, she believes, stemmed from her public attacks on Tiffany Henyard, who has been accused of plundering the debt-ridden Illinois town's coffers to pay for lavish travel, dinners, personal indulgences. And if she believes Henyard, 40, was behind the shooting, Stubbs didn't hesitate. She said, absolutely. Now, at the time of the shooting, Stubbs had accused the mayor of hiring a registered sex offender as a village code enforcer and publicly demanding that he be removed from his position.
So there was that. She was sending a public sex offender into people's homes. I mean, he was accused of gang ARPing, I think, a 14-year-old girl, and he did like decades in prison. And then she hires him as an employee. So that's the type of people she hangs out with. You know, Nate goes on to say he doesn't think she's crazy enough to do this. You know, I don't know. Based on everything that we've seen, I mean, I don't know if I'd put it past her. She's been harassing this woman, like I said earlier, going to her house, shoveling her snow, banging on her doors in the middle of the night. Now the shooting happens, totally unrelated, I'm sure. And it's just insanity what's going on here. So we'll leave it there. I'm sure tomorrow there'll be plenty of news stories that we get to chuckle at and thank the Lord that we don't live under the thumb of this woman. But if we don't do something, this type of person is going to be everywhere, okay? All our communities are going to be run by a person like this. And I'm not saying, you know, nothing to do with who she is or where she's from. It's just the type of person that it is. There's no accountability for our government. We're just looked at as servants and slaves to the government. We're no longer the masters of the government, and that's the real problem. So if you appreciate this video, I'd appreciate you helping to spread the message by giving me a thumbs up, throw me a subscribe, and let's go, boys. Let's take America back.
Get on the Joe Rio train, boys. We're taking back America.